Let me break this down for y'all right from the jump, because that empty, polite feeling versus the lightning strike is where so many folks get stuck wondering what's wrong with them when ain't nothing wrong at all. It's just the difference between settling for a surface and getting hit with the real soul recognition. You ever been in one of them relationships where the person is straight up perfect on paper? I'm talking kind-hearted, treat you right, got a good job, stable as a rock, look fine coming and going, checking off every single thing on that mental list you got: faithful, funny on a good day, family-oriented. All the boxes ticked neat and clean. Y'all go out, have nice dinners, conversations flow easy enough, everybody around you saying, "Y'all look so good together." But when you're sitting across the table, looking deep in their eyes, trying to feel that something, it's just nothing. Polite smiles, sure, you laugh at the right times, say all the sweet words, but inside your chest, it's like staring at a blank wall in an empty room. Cold, flat, no fire, no pull. Just going through the motions like you're reading from a script. You tell yourself, this should be enough, but deep down you know it's missing that spark, that depth. Leaving you wondering why you can't force the feeling, no matter how hard you try. And then, hold up, picture this, you're out somewhere crowded, maybe a party, a store. Just a regular spot minding your own business, scrolling your phone or grabbing a coffee, not even thinking about love or nobody new. And out of nowhere, you catch eyes with a complete stranger, somebody you ain't never laid eyes on before, know zero about their story, their job, their past, nothing. But bam, it's like a lightning bolt rips straight through your whole body, heart start pounding like a drum, knees get weak, breath catches in your throat, feeling all disoriented like you just stepped out of a long, deep dream you've been carrying around your whole life without knowing it. Woo, that ain't no regular attraction or cute little crush. Folks, that's remembrance hitting you square in the soul. It's your deepest self looking across that room and whispering, there you are. Finally, I've been waiting on you all this time. You can't explain it logical. Why this person? Why now? Why so intense when you don't even know their name yet? But it shakes you to your core, leaving you knowing in your gut this ain't new. It's old, familiar, like coming home to somebody who's been missing from your side forever. You ever felt that shock wave roll through you, changing everything in a single glance? That's the truth poking through, showing you the difference between polite emptiness and the real remembrance that wakes your whole spirit up. Oh, now let's get into the heart of it, y'all, because that magnetic pull ain't just some random attraction or cute little butterflies like they show in the movies. No, ma'am. No, sir. It's straight up recognition. Your soul waking up to somebody it's been knowing long before you ever laid eyes on him in this life. You think you're out here discovering somebody brand new, falling for a fresh face with a nice smile and good conversation. But nah, that deep tug in your chest, it's remembrance hitting you like a wave you didn't see coming. It's your unconscious mind, that quiet part of you that's been carrying secrets and dreams way down deep, finally lighting up and saying, hold up, I know you. This person walks in, and it ain't about their looks or their job or how they dress. It's something older, ancient even, stirring up memories you can't put into words. Like your soul spotting a missing piece that's been out there wandering the world in another body, waiting to come back home to you. You feel me? We out here thinking love's a hunt, searching high and low, swiping through profiles, going on dates trying to build connections from the ground up like we're constructing a house brick by brick. But when it's real remembrance, it don't feel built. It feels revealed, like pulling back a curtain on something that's always been there. You lock eyes or hear their voice, or just sit in the same room. And suddenly it's familiar on a level that don't make logical sense. Like you've shared laughs in another time, cried through storms together, held hands walking paths you can't recall but somehow know by heart. Woo, it's eerie almost, that feeling of, I've been here before with you. Even if y'all just met at the gas station or through a friend of a friend. That pull ain't chemistry bubbling up new. It's an old flame regnating, an ancient memory rising to the surface, whispering that this soul's been tied to yours across lifetimes, across whatever journeys we've all been on before this one. And real talk, that's why it hits so different, stronger than any surface attraction ever could. You can't fake that kind of depth. It grabs you by the spirit, makes you feel seen in ways nobody else ever has, like they know your unspoken stories without you saying a word. It's your soul recognizing its counterpart, that missing fragment that's been out there completing its own path, gathering lessons, growing through its own pains, just so it could circle back to you at the right moment. You ever meet somebody and feel like time bends a little, like the room quiets down and it's just y'all two in your own world? That's it right there, recognition cutting through all the noise, reminding you that love ain't always about finding. Sometimes it's about remembering who was always meant to find their way back to your side. Oh, hold on now, y'all, because this part right here is where folks get it all twisted thinking love's supposed to be this smooth, peaceful ride from the moment it shows up. Nope. This remembrance hits different, often feeling more like a straight-up catastrophe than that fairy tale calm everybody chasing in the movies. You expect it to be all soft music, gentle breezes, everything falling into place easy like Sunday morning, but when it's the real soul recognition, it crashes in like a storm you didn't see on the forecast, busting straight through your comfortable little world without knocking or asking permission. 1 minute you're good, got your routines down pat, walls built high from past hurts, feeling safe in your predictable bubble. And then this person walks in, or that glance hits and bam, everything starts shaking. It's like somebody grabbed the remote to your life and hit fast, forward on change, rearranging furniture in your psyche, knocking down walls you spent years building, exposing rooms you kept locked tight. You know what I'm saying? That disruption ain't gentle, it's intense, making you feel at home in the deepest way, like finally breathing fresh air after being stuck inside too long, but terrified all at the same time because you're losing grip on the old you. Heart racing with excitement 1 second, then anxiety creeping in the next, wondering, why can't I just relax into this? Old emotions bubbling up you thought were buried doubts, fears, vulnerabilities you hid so well, and suddenly your defenses don't work no more. Your ego's in full panic mode, screaming inside, this person's got too much power. They seen parts of me I don't even show myself. You might act out irrationally, say things you regret later, feel vulnerable like a raw nerve, wanting to pull close and run far all at once. But that's the point, folks. It ain't supposed to be comfy from jump if it's going to transform you. That catastrophe feeling. It's the old walls crumbling, so the real you can step out, stronger, truer, emerging from the rubble like you've been waiting your whole life to breathe free. And let me tell you, we've been sold this lie that true love's a calm harbor, safe and steady right away. But nah, when remembrance kicks off the real deal, it's more like diving into wild waters. Scary because you don't know if you'll sink or swim, but exhilarating because deep down you know it's leading to deeper shores. You feel seen in ways that unsettle everything familiar, like your soul's finally awake, but your mind's playing catch up, resisting the shake up. It's paradoxical, heaven and chaos wrapped in one, that homecoming warmth mixed with the terror of letting go control. But lean into that disruption instead of fighting it, because that's where the magic brews, tearing down the fake layers, rearranging the pieces so the authentic you, the one meant to shine, can finally stand tall and whole. You ever felt that storm roll in with somebody, knowing it's tearing things apart but building something better? That's remembrance doing its work, pushing you toward the emergence you've been needing all along. Oh, now we're talking about the mirror part, y'all. The way this person becomes that relentless reflection, showing you all your hidden stuff, the parts you've been stuffing way down deep so nobody sees M. And that's when you know this remembrance is the real deal. See, inside every one of us, there's this shadow side, the jealousy you pretend don't exist, the rage you swallow, the insecurities you cover with smiles, the selfishness you mask with "I'm just independent," but also the creativity and power you've been too scared to let out. We spend years building up this perfect persona, this mask we wear to the world so folks will like us, accept us, love us without questioning the cracks underneath. In most relationships, we keep that mask glued on tight. We show the good angles, the polished version, and they politely look the other way, never poking at the dark spots. It's like an unspoken deal. I won't stare at your mess if you don't stare at mine. But when remembrance walks in with the true one, woo, they ain't signing that contract. They refuse to play along. Just by being who they are, honest, real, unfiltered, they start triggering every buried wound and insecurity you got. Maybe it's the way they call you out gentle on something small, or how they stay calm when you get heated, or simply how they live so free in ways you never allowed yourself. Boom, they hold up that mirror, and suddenly you're seeing your shadow clear as day. The anger you repressed because you was taught good people don't get mad. The fear of being weak after years of having to be strong for everybody else. The power you tucked away thinking it was too much. They don't do it to hurt you or control you. It just happens naturally, because their light shines right on your darkness. And here's the crucial difference. Folks, the real ones don't run when they see the monster. They don't flinch, don't judge, don't bolt for the door. Now they hold space for it, strong enough to contain whatever messy, raw fluid comes pouring out without breaking or turning it against you. When you're at your absolute worst, crying ugly tears, arguing over nothing, acting out old patterns, they look at you with recognition, not disgust. It's like they saying, I see you, all of you, and I'm still here. They become the safe container where you can finally let it all hang out, integrating that shadow instead of hiding it. You start feeling safe enough to argue real, no more swallowing feelings, no more pretending you're always okay. If you've repressed anger your whole life, this might be the first person you can raise your voice with and still feel loved after. If you've been the strong one carrying everybody else's load, they the one who lets you crumble, be weak, be human, and they hold you through it without making you feel less. They love the parts of you that you ain't learned to love yet, the messy, the flawed, the powerful hidden under layers of fear. Now, real quick, let's be clear. There's a fine line here between true shadow work and straight up toxicity. A bad partner will dig up your darkness just to shame you, control you, make you smaller. That ain't love. That's destruction. But this remembrance, it's illumination, not weaponization. The friction they create, it leads to growth, to you finally stopping the hiding game, stepping into wholeness cause somebody sees the whole you and says, yes, this is worth loving. You ever felt that shift where somebody's presence makes you brave enough to face your own monster without running? That's the mirror doing its holy work, turning remembrance into real transformation one honest reflection at a time. Oh, y'all, this is the part that gets me every time. The activation, that moment when being with this person don't just make you feel good. It straight up unlocks doors inside you that you didn't even know were locked. Turn on lights in rooms of your soul you've been walking past in the dark your whole life. See, in a regular old relationship, things stay pretty much the same. You might get a little more comfortable, a bit more settled, like adding a cozy blanket to your everyday routine. But you ain't really changing who you are at the core. You show up as the same timid self or the same rigid thinker or whatever version you've been running with, and it feels safe, predictable, no big waves. But when remembrance brings the true one into your orbit, now that's archetypal activation kicking in, like they got the master key to your psyche, slitting it in smooth and clicking open all these dormant chambers full of traits, abilities, and fire you didn't know you had buried there waiting to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Suddenly, you're stepping into parts of yourself that feel brand new, but somehow ancient, like they've been hibernating since forever, just waiting for the right energy to wake up. Take somebody who's always been the quiet type, hanging back in the shadows at parties, avoiding the spotlight because it's safer that way. Maybe you grew up learning, don't stand out, don't rock the boat. Then this person shows up and the warrior archetype flips on inside you like a switch. You find yourself speaking up in meetings, taking risks you would have laughed off before, fighting for what you want with a courage that surprises even you. Or picture the flip side. You've been all logic and walls, cold and calculated because life taught you emotions get you hurt, planning every move like a chess game, keeping folks at arm's length. But with them, the lover or the poet archetype activates, softening your edges, making you open to beauty in the little things, a sunset that stops you in your tracks, words flowing out poetic when you talk about dreams, creating stuff you never thought you had in you. It ain't forced. They don't sit you down with lectures on, you need to change this, or therapy homework. No, their mere presence does it chemically, like their vibes the spark igniting your hidden fuel. And here's the beautiful twist, folks, this activation ain't one-sided, it's mutual. Like y'all upgrading each other's whole operating systems just by sharing space and breathing the same air. You notice it in M2. That shy spark in their eye turns bold around you, or they're stuck in. Rut's creativity bursts wide open, painting or writing or dreaming bigger because you're there reflecting back their light. It's like 1 + 1 don't equal 2 no more. It equals 3, a whole new shared energy. A consciousness greater than what either of you brought alone, pulling you both toward fuller versions. Jung called it the union of opposites. Where these deep patterns from the collective unconscious, those universal blueprints we all carry, start dancing together, emerging in ways that make life richer, deeper. You become smarter in conversations that stretch you, funnier with jokes that land deeper, braver in the risks you take side by side, more alive overall, vibrating at a higher frequency just cause they're in the mix. Real talk. Look back at who you were before they showed up. That smaller, dimmer version of yourself. Playing it safe, sticking to the script life handed you, and compare it to now. If you see growth, expansion, like you've stepped into the full potential of your character, not just coasting, but evolving, that's the sign right there. True remembrance don't just comfort you with pillows and hot cocoa. It expands you, stretches you, forces you to inhabit every layer of who you could be. You ever felt that shift with somebody where being around them makes you glow brighter, move bolder, love fiercer, like they've unlocked the best kept secret of your own power? That's activation in full swing. Turn ordinary connection into the kind of transformation that leaves you forever changed, forever grateful for the key they carried just for you.